AITA for not using the money I saved for my brother to pay for a house with my fiancé? My fiancé, 46M, and I, 40F, have recently started to discuss building our own house. We currently live in my 4-bedroom apartment and it is too small for us. The plan is for me to sell my apartment and put the profits from that into buying a house big enough to have separate bedrooms for my 2 daughters and his 2 sons and daughter. My fiancé doesn't earn as much as I do, so the majority of the money will come from me and I don't really have an issue with it as we do split the cost of everything fairly and since I earn more I pay a higher percentage. Now here comes the issue. The house we originally wanted was in our price range, but after inspection we realized to bring it up to code was just way too much and so we opted to just build our own instead. My fiancé was very keen on that house. He considered it our dream house and so he was very disappointed when we couldn't get it. Then a few weeks ago he was going through some paperwork with me and he found out that I have another savings account I share with my sister. He accused me of having hidden it from him and I reminded him that he was always aware that I put money aside every month. He said he didn't realize how much we had saved. Me and my sister have a joint savings account for our brother who is currently in prison. He will be released in a few months. My sister and I agreed to put in 10% to 25% of our salaries into that account and we have done that for nearly 16 years. The account has grown to a significant amount. Since he found out exactly how much money is in that account he has been really upset about me not using that money to buy the house. I'm also very frustrated with him for constantly bringing it up because I don't consider that money to be mine. We had a massive argument on Sunday and since then he and his children have been staying at his parents'. I had a conversation with 2 mutual friends and since that conversation I've been thinking that I might be the a-hole. Edit 1. We have fair divide of finances. I just significantly earned more than him and therefore I pay the lion's share. He fully funds his and his children's life. Our relationship was pretty smooth sailing before all of this, but the fact that we have been fighting over this for more than 3 weeks it has made our relationship difficult. We are due to marry this summer and obviously this entire situation has soured everything. I have been seriously thinking of canceling the wedding. Edit 2. When my brother comes home my sister and I won't just give him money and say go live your life. Of course we have made plans to help him reacclimate into society. We also have a financial plan in place to support him in how to use his money. Additional info. My brother murdered our abusive father when he was 19 and was sentenced to 30 years. My father abused all 4 of his children. He abused us physically, psychologically, and sexually. My father deserved it and that is something everyone who knows my father agrees with. My sister and I firmly stand by our brother. For those asking me to give more details, our mother died when we were all very young and the abuse started after her death. My older brother ran away from our abusive father when he was 16, he just couldn't take it anymore but he still came back home often and regularly took care of us, buying us groceries, taking us to school etc. Then our 10-year-old baby brother took his own life because he couldn't take our father's abuse anymore. This really hit my brother hard. In fact it hit us all hard. It consumed him with guilt for not being able to protect us from our father. He also knew my father would have never stopped if the death of his 10-year-old son didn't even soften him enough to stop hurting us. The months following our baby brother's death was a hard time for us and our father took great joy in mocking us for grieving our baby brother. In fact he took great joy in tormenting us. This kind of made my big brother snap and well he did what he did. He will be out this summer.